Welcome to another episode of Music Lessons and Marketing. I'm your host, Dave Simon. And yes, I am battling through a cold today. So no, I don't have cotton balls crammed down my throat. It's just a cold that I'm dealing with. Every summer I get a summer cold, and I guess it's time for that summer cold. So let's hop into today's episode. I want to talk about Facebook ads. You know, on this podcast, I really haven't talked that much about marketing tactics. I'm always worried that if I focus too much on tactics, people will neglect kind of general marketing concepts, which I do think is a problem really an issue or a challenge with all small businesses, that there's a tendency to want to focus on tactical marketing, whether it be email, advertising, social media, and all these things are important. But what you need is a marketing strategy and a marketing message that's going to hold up all of those tactics, that are going to support that tactic. And look, Facebook ads are not going to fix your marketing problems if you aren't pleased with your current enrollment in your music studio. Facebook ads isn't necessarily what you need to do to fix your marketing problems. Facebook ads and advertising in general should enhance your marketing. In a perfect world, a music studio would have a solid marketing strategy in place, a website that's communicating well, and a phone sales effort that is really focused and effective, and then Facebook ads would come into play. But we don't live in a perfect world, especially in 2020. So let's talk about these Facebook ads. First of all, a lot of people, what I see on their Facebook ads is they're almost treating it like a business card, where they say, hey, this is who we are, this is what we offer. The most effective type of Facebook ad. It's going to maybe help with brand awareness, but you're better off, if you want to focus on brand awareness, you're better off focusing on organic efforts than actual advertising. Think of your Facebook ad as that your ad is going to partner with your website. Your ad and your website are working in concert together. You like that? In concert, little kind of musical pun there. And they really do work together. When people land on when people see your Facebook ad, an impression is formed. Granted, probably a relatively, quick impression, not such a robust impression. And then they click on the ad and they go to your website. And your website should really be a continuation of what they experienced on or in that Facebook ad. So I want to first talk about just getting some basic components in place before you do your Facebook ads, and then we'll dig in a little deeper into actually creating your Facebook ads. Okay, so first, just a little bit of background with ads, talk a little bit about what's going on the back end. Well, first of all, your Facebook ads should be going to a landing page. They should not be directing traffic to your homepage. A landing page is a website page designed specifically for a specific product. So let's say you have a landing page just for piano lessons. If you're running a Facebook ad that's sending people to your homepage, you're also, now they land there and they got to find, where are these piano lessons? And they start clicking around for stuff, and you're giving them extra work. So ideally you want to have a specific landing page that you're sending them to. And what can even be more effective is to have a landing page designed specifically for your Facebook ad. Perhaps you take your regular piano landing page and you copy it, maybe copy the page, give it a different name, change some of the text a little bit so you're not using duplicate text. Perhaps you have the same contact form, but you rename it. So you know that when somebody lands on that landing page and they fill out the form, that lead is coming from the Facebook ad. This will help you track the success of your Facebook ad. It's easy to look at your analytics and your, in your Facebook ads and go, oh, wow, look how many people my ad got served to, and look at how many clicks I got. Isn't that great? Well, what's most important thing is how many leads did you get? And that can get murky, or that can be hard to identify if those Facebook leads aren't going to a specific page and form just for your Facebook ad. Another important thing is you need to have the Facebook pixel on every page of your website. I mean, that's the easiest thing to do. Ideally, even if you don't have it on every page, at least on having it on that landing page. But I certainly recommend that you have it on every page, because you can use the data that Facebook pixel is collecting to build audiences. Now, I don't want to get sidetracked and talk too much about Ads Manager in the back end of Facebook. I'll touch on it lightly, but the Facebook pixel, it doesn't collect email addresses, but it collects data to identify where that lead is coming from, so you can serve ads back to that visitor on your website. Another important thing you want to consider with your Facebook ads is A/B testing your ads. So let's say, for example, you're going to do an ad for your piano lessons. Maybe the ads are identical, but one ad has a different headline. Or maybe you experiment with two different pictures, and then you run the ads, and the ad that's performing better is the ad that you want to go with. Let's say you're A/B testing, or you're comparing two ads, and ad B is getting much more traction. Then turn off ad A. Maybe put a little bit more money into your B ad. The more testing you do with your advertising, the better results that you're going to have. So Ads Manager, that's what's going on the back end. That's where you get to do all your targeting, where you can really decide and determine who is going to receive, or who your ad is going to be served to. You can create a custom audience where you say, okay, I want my ad to be served to people, this age group, and they're female, and they make this kind of money. Another thing you can do is you can take your emails from your email list and upload it into Facebook, and then create a lookalike audience. Facebook will look at all these emails that you uploaded and start looking at some common characteristics between these different people. Now, these emails have to be associated with a Facebook account. So, for example, let's say Susie@gmail.com, she's one of your email contacts. You upload it into Facebook. If Facebook goes, we know who that is, Susie's got a Facebook account over here, so now that email has successfully been associated with a Facebook account. Let's say you upload 2,000 emails, but let's say only 1,200 are connected with Facebook accounts, and Facebook can then begin to go, oh, well, some of the common traits between all these emails is X, Y, and Z. You create a lookalike audience where Facebook goes, well, we're going to, build an audience based on other people that have these attributes. And you can do the same with your pixel. Your pixel on your website has been capturing all this data, and you can tell Ads Manager, hey, create a lookalike audience based on the data that you've captured from your pixel. So that's really all I'm going to say about Ads Manager and targeting. It's a whole nother conversation. I know enough about it to talk a little bit about it. I know enough about it to put it into play with my ads, but that's really not my expertise. My main focus, main interest is on the actual ads, creating ads that convert. At the end of the day, what will make your Facebook ad successful is the exact same thing that will make your website successful, that will make your email marketing successful, and that is one word: words. Words is what will make your marketing work. Words are used to convey emotions, to build interest, to build trust, to communicate ideas. How you craft the language in your ads and all of your marketing collateral defines the success or the failure of your ads. We'll talk a little bit about that today. But I first want to talk about the 1, 2, 3 punch of a Facebook ad. There are 3 things that you really need to be looking at when you're putting a Facebook ad together. Those 3 things are an image or video, that's number 1. Number 2, your headline. And number 3, your lead. The lead meaning your opening statement in your sales copy in your Facebook ad. Your image or video, your headline, and your lead. So let me break these down. Your image or your video, that's going to grab attention. Don't put your logo there. Right? Your logo is already in the ad because it's coming from your business. So they see the name of your studio. They're going to see the name of your studio again in the website link in your ad. If you put your studio name, your logo in the ad, now it's like all over the place. All right, we get it. You're called Springfield Music Academy. No need to go overkill. You want that image to grab people's attention, to be an emotional trigger, to send the right message to your ideal customer. So if you're some 19-year-old college student and you're scrolling through Facebook and you see a picture of a kid smiling, playing the guitar, you're going to keep scrolling because that just doesn't really speak to you. But if you're a 33-year-old mom and you're scrolling through your Facebook feed and you see that same image, that might catch your attention. So choosing that image is super important. And I strongly encourage you to use a real photo as opposed to a stock image. And if you don't have great photos of your students, just bring a professional photographer out to your studio one day. $200 or $300. Just have them come in for an hour or 2 and get some nice photos. But if you really want to make an impact with the image, encourage you to consider video. People love watching videos. Videos tend to perform better on Facebook. I tend to use short videos, anywhere from 15 to 45 seconds. I mean, think about it, when you're watching a commercial on TV, the shorter the better. But the video can bring your brand to life in a way that a photo can't. So that's the first thing to really consider is, do you want to go with a photo? Do you want to go with a video? Most important is what is going to capture the attention of your ideal customer and what's going to have the most impact. No logo of your music studio. I saw a Facebook ad the other day where the image was the back of a student's head. No, show the customer engaged with your service, and nothing says more than an image of a child smiling. That's what parents want. They want happy kids, and they want them to experience that happiness through your service, through music. All right, let's talk about headlines. One of the things that really threw me off when I started doing Facebook ads is that the headline was below the image. I'm so used to the headline, like in a newspaper, where it's at the top. Then there's some text, or maybe there's an image below the headline and then some text. Facebook, it's a little bit different. So you need to really take that into consideration. Depending on the ad type that you're using in Facebook, you have 25 to 45 characters to create your ad. In a study conducted by Ad Espresso said that 5 words, a 5-word headline is ideal. Now look, sometimes you're going to have to go with the 6 or 7-word headline. With email subjects, the ideal headline length is 6 words. I don't know how they come up with these recommendations and with this data, but according to Ad Espresso, 5-word Facebook headlines perform the best. Research has also revealed that starting a headline with a number is really effective. 40% off, that, those numbers catch people's attention. 10 reasons why. those numbers people like. You're making it very simple for them to kind of comprehend, or you make it very clear as what to expect. A headline that has an emotional trigger in it, always effective. So I Googled, top Facebook headlines for 2019, and here's a few that I found that could apply to our industry. Limited offer, save 40% off music lessons. Another one is 40% off. We make playing music easy. Third one is sale, up to 50% off. Another one is now, 30% off lessons. So you see, with now and what was that other word, sale, they're kind of trying to create this sense of urgency. First lesson free. There's another headline. Again, these weren't actual headlines in the list that I found, but I looked at the list and then applied it to our industry. Let's talk about the actual copy in your Facebook ad. More importantly, your opening statement, your hook. Think of your hook as the chorus to your song. That's where the listener in a song decides whether the song is for them or not. And the hook or the lead in your sales copy is what is going to make the reader decide whether they want to read on or not. So up to this point, person scrolling through their Facebook feed, they see this appealing picture of this cute kid playing the guitar and laughing. They read a headline that says, now 50% off music lessons. And then they decide to read the copy. The first sentence says, did you hate music lessons as a kid? ? Or have you ever wondered if your child is musically gifted? ? Or play an instrument is hard to do, ... right? ? Okay, these are all three peculiar questions that a music studio that you wouldn't think a music studio would ask. But these are questions that are going to grab the reader's attention. Wow, why are they saying this? I did hate music lessons as a kid. Why would a music school say that? You would think they would try to conceal that. If you ask a question, you have to make sure that question is something that you know that a parent is really thinking about. The last thing you want to do is ask a question to the reader that the reader's like, I haven't really thought about that. Then they're going to keep scrolling. But if you can ask a question that's going to engage your reader, you're on to having a good Facebook ad. Also, that question will weed out the people that you know aren't an ideal customer. That question will send a signal to the people who are ideal customers. Again, the 20-year-old, 19-year-old in college, or the 75-year-old grandmother maybe isn't necessarily, that question isn't going to resonate with them, but it can resonate with the 33-year-old mom. If you ask a question, you want to know how your audience is going to answer it, or you at least want to know it's going to spark their curiosity. You're going to have to answer the question in your copy. So let's say, for example, your leading question is, playing an instrument or learning to play an instrument is hard to do, ... right? ? Wrong! ! We make learning to play an instrument fun and easy by focusing on X. Again, you got to figure out what that X factor is going to be. Okay, so that's your lead, that's your hook. Your lead, your hook, that's really where you got to be putting all of your energy in terms of your sales copy. Once you've got your killer hook, now you need to look at where your copy is going to line up with the read more indicator in your ad. So you see on a Facebook ad, you see the copy, and then all of a sudden it says, I think it's read more or learn more. I can't remember what that little phrase is. You click on it and then you read the whole copy. But what you want to do is as you're crafting your ad, you're doing it in Ads Manager, and you can see on the right side how your ad is going to look. It's giving you this preview of it. Everything you write right up to the read more section should be everything that you need, or that the customer needs to be intrigued enough to potentially click the call to action button. You have to make your case before the read more button. Don't count on people ever clicking that read more button to see the whole ad. So let's say you got a really nice, compact 2-sentence idea that has initiated the reader's curiosity. Then you can lay out more of the details below the read more. And there's different opinions as to, how long should your ad be? And I think the answer really is it should be as long as it needs to be for you to convey the benefits of taking music lessons at your studio and the features at the end. And I would be very limited or very minimal with the features. Your ad's not your website. The whole purpose of your ad is to get them onto your website. I wouldn't start listing your phone number or your pricing. If anything, that copy, the reader, as they're reading it, should be thinking, wow, I really like how these guys communicate their ideas and they really seem to understand me. Every sentence you write, you should ask yourself, why is my reader going to care about this? If you come out and say, did you hate music lessons as a child? Well, your reader's going to care about that because most likely they did hate music lessons as a child. If you come out and say, playing an instrument is hard to do, right? Well, a lot of parents really feel that way, and they're really concerned that their child will perceive it that way. You're bringing the reader in to the sales copy. All of your sales copy should be focused on the reader. Anytime you use the word I or we or our lessons, we do this, our staff, ask yourself, can you change those words to you or your child? Your child will experience. You'll be thrilled. Try to make your ad copy, make it read like a conversation where you're talking directly to the customer. Don't treat your ad as a resume. Our high quality music instructors will teach your child this, that, and this. Don't talk about you. Talk about your customer and how you're going to help them. And this applies to all sales copy. Using emojis in your sales copy can help bring it to life. Okay, so you've got your ad. You've got your killer headline. You've got this great little short video that you put together. It's different, the short video clips of kids playing, and there's a voiceover. Maybe you did the voiceover talking about how you change kids' lives through music. You've got this very provocative opening question, and then some sales copy that reflects the language and the tone of the video. And then you got your call to action button. Try to avoid, I can't remember what Facebook offers now as their options for the call to action. I don't like learn more. I know they change it every few months what those call to action buttons are, but pick one call to action. Don't list a call to action in your sales copy. Don't put your phone number there. You want them to click that call to action button. And when they click that button, it should go to your landing page. And the landing page, the language of it and the look of it should be harmonious with your ad. They should be working as a team. And there is the form. And the form has the name, it says name, phone number, and email. And that's it. You want to make this as simple, as easy, and inviting for them to engage with your business.